Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne. In this video we're going to be talking all about how to create sub layouts using Next.js technology. So without any further ado, let's get started. So if you haven't seen the other videos already, we've got this basic website, and on the about page what I want to have is a column on the right hand side saying like employment, or just a couple of subcategories where the content inside can change, just relevant to about, and that's it. So like sub pages, but I want to have a sub layout. So let's come over to this, and I've also added Bootstrap to it, just because it's going to make this a little bit quicker to do. It doesn't mean to say it's going to be better, but it's just going to be quicker. So we do this by creating a new layout, all right? And we're going to say, okay, so let's just say export default function, and we're going to call it layout. And we come here, and then from inside of this, so this is going to wrap our complete layout of our page. And what we want to do here is we want to have a row, and then we're going to say here, we're going to say then column, and we'll say column 8. And in this one, we're going to say column 4. Okay. Now, so we're going to say right column, and then this is going to be our main content. So let's just wrap this in children, and we'll say with children, props with children there, and we can just plop this inside of here. All right. So now if we come back to our page, you see we now have this right column, and we have our content here, which is super duper. So if we come back to our actual about page, let's just keep this looking nice and smart, and app, and we are then layouts here. Okay, so at the moment we've got this div class name, and we don't really need this, all right? What we can do is just basically cut out all of the content that we actually want to have, which is this, and then just place this in a fragment. Whoops. Place this in a fragment, and we can let the React do the rest for us. Okay, so we come back to here again, and it looks all super nice. So now what we have is we have the ability to be able to have sub pages, all right? And what we're going to do here is in about, we're just going to call it sub 1, and we're going to copy this page and plop it in there. And this is going to be then sub 1 page, and we're just going to dump all of this and say this is sub 1 page content, and we'll just do it another time as well, and sub 2, all right? And then come here and say this is sub 2 page, and so on, because, and we've got here is then this is then sub 1 page, which we can get rid of that. All right, so we at least know where we are all the time, and we come here and we do that once again. So this is, oh, that was sub 2, sorry. Yes. Okay, and where are we going wrong right now? Let's see how this says. Okay, so now on the right hand side on the column, let's just close all these because that's getting really difficult to understand. Okay, so now here we're going to have a small heading and go sub pages, and let's just have a UL and this here, and then we use the link once again. And we're going to say sub 1, and this is going to be then href, and then about sub 1, and we can copy this another time and do sub 2 and do sub 2, and let's do sub pages. And now when we do sub 2, we get sub 2 page, we get sub 1 page. So you can see here we come back to about, but so we come back to home, contact, and about, and we get now these default, we get this different layout. But we come to page not found, and it shows the page not found. All right. So what this allows you to do is have sub sub layouts all the time. So even though our main content is wrapped in the main layout here, okay, but then when the about page is loaded, it loads this layout in addition. So this is the content that's going to go into this layout as children, and then the relevant page, is it sub 1, sub 2, or the default about page, that's then going to go into the children within inside of this child. Okay, and this can keep going nested as many times as you want. You don't have to have a layout. If you don't have a layout, then it obviously becomes the child of the parent layout. Okay, but if you do have a layout, then the layout component becomes the child of the parent layout, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, this is a basically simple way of doing this to be able to then start navigating with inside of this. And so just to show you here that we go back to the page not found at the top level. All right. Now you can have a catch-all page with inside of this, but that's not part of this video. Anyway, I hope that you've got some understanding now of sub layouts and how you can start separating your application down into folders, and that becomes its own application in itself. And I like Next.js for this because it has abstracted all of that, and it has a nice hierarchy where you can look and you say, okay, well, we were in sub 1, and you can come to the page, and that can have an error, it can have a loading, it can have all of the other stuff that we're going to go into in later videos. But anyway, that's basically in a nutshell how you do sub layouts in Next.js. All right, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.